Hello and welcome to the show. If you're a property investor, a landlord, or someone that's thinking of going on a property course soon, then this video is for you. Today, we're going to be talking about why, in my humble opinion, that most people actually fail despite attending a property education training course. But first, I'd like to officially welcome you to the Successful Property Investment Secret Show. It's the #1 resource to helping you go further, faster in your property investing journey. Each week, we'll be going over several strategies, resources, and insights used by some of the UK's most successful property investors in order to help you cut the learning curve and achieve your property goals. If this is your first time to the channel, then you should consider subscribing in order to stay up to date and with all the new release and all the new content that we are going to be producing within this ever-changing industry that we're in. So if you're watching this for the first time and you're wondering who on earth am I? Well, my name is Azir Thatcher. I'm actually a property sourcer based in Plymouth in Devon, and I find investment properties all over the country for both myself and my clients. I use my time, knowledge, experience, and digital marketing skills to source investment opportunities and then partner with people that have the cash and are interested in getting a better return on their money than what the banks are giving. So also, because of my digital marketing expertise, people often come to me when they're trying to get more customers from the internet and grow their business. So with that being said, there's just one thing I want to kind of let you know as well, which is about a fantastic event that I've got coming up shortly, and you can register it for free by going to the link below. So if you're a business owner that wants to get more leads essentially into your business, then definitely go and register for that event. It's totally free, and I'll be revealing all the stuff, bells and whistles there. Don't want to get into it just yet, but just to let you know that that's available. So let's get into the topic of the show. There are three main reasons I think that most people kind of fail when it comes to going on a property education course. And the first is overwhelm. So what happens is you go on one of these courses and there's all sort of rah, slapping each other on the back, high-fiving, and, you know, I'm a lion, I'm a dragon, all that kind of stuff, right? So you get all jazzed up and things like that. And then you leave that bubble, and then you get home and you can't help but feel like a motivated idiot at times. You know, they say you don't know what you don't know, right? You go on a training course, they tell you a whole load of stuff that you don't know. You come back and then you start thinking, well, where do I start? And how's this go on? And you start, your mind starts sort of unraveling, and you just start feeling overwhelmed at how much you've actually got to do. You try and start implementing some of the new strategies and techniques that you've learned. And then there are more problems that come up, more questions that you'll face. You don't see success straight away. You just start feeling overwhelmed. So that, in my opinion, is one of the main reasons that people generally fail when they're trying to, even though they finished the property course, even though it could have been with an excellent training company, these are one of the reasons they fail. Now, the second reason why people fail is the lack of confidence. So when you start looking at all of these things, all these challenges that come up, and you start having that self-doubt, some people refer to it as imposter syndrome. You don't believe that you're good enough. You know, you're going into estate agents or letting agents, and you're asking for deals essentially, and because you've not done it at all, you start to feel that, oh, maybe I'm not quite good enough or whatever. Or can I really do this? Or they ask you questions that you're not quite sure of the answer to, and you're unsure if you can actually do that. Here's the shocking thing, right? Is when it comes to lack of confidence, it just reminds me of a story that I heard one time about a guy asking, I think it was a Sherpa or something like that, how do you become successful? And he said, oh, you know, meet me in the sea, or meet me by the beach at this time, 6 a.m. in the morning or something like that. I don't know if you've heard this story before, but the guy goes out and he meets this person. He's all dressed in a suit and everything, meets this guy. And the guy says, okay, walk out into the sea as far as you can go. And the guy keeps walking out. He gets to like his shoulders. He says, his waist. He says, is that far enough? He says, further. He says, okay. It gets to his shoulders. Is that far enough? He says, no. He says, keep going. And he keeps on going. He gets under the water. The sea goes over his head. He's underwater. And then the Sherpa or the guru holds him now underwater. He just holds him there, and the guy's just there thinking, okay, this is a weird technique, I don't know what's going on here. And he's holding him, and then after a while, this guy, his lungs stop burning because he's struggling for air, and so he's now struggling, he's fighting, he's trying to get up, and the guy's still holding him down under the sea, right? And so he's now fighting, and eventually he comes out and he bursts up above the water, and he's like, what are you doing, you crazy man? What's that all about? And he says, okay, what was the one thing that you were thinking about when you were under the water? And the guy says, oh, well, I just wanted to breathe. And he said, that's the lesson right there. When you want to succeed, as much as you wanted to breathe in that moment, there's nothing that you won't do. There's no barriers that you won't crash through. There's no obstacles that will be put in your path that you cannot overcome. So that is the thing. When it comes to this lack of confidence, or you're feeling that you're not good enough, or imposter syndrome, or it feels overwhelming or whatever, if you keep on going, despite all of that, you won't know how, you might not know how in that moment, but if you keep on going and you have that strong iron will, like that guy that was being held underwater, he had the iron will, like, I want to breathe, and he's fighting to get up. If you have that, then you'll find a way to succeed and overcome those barriers. Now, before I introduce you to the third thing, I just want to kind of quickly touch on the fact that things become a lot easier in your business when you've actually got people coming to you with their problems. So, for example, if you're trying to do something like a rent-to-rent or service accommodation strategy, which has been taken off massively at the moment, it helps when you get landlords coming to you saying, okay, I've got this property, would you be able to help, because I'm tired of my agent, I'm tired of this, I'm tired of that, I don't want to do it myself. If you've got homeowners that are looking to sell their property and they don't want to use a high street estate agents or whatever, and they find out that you actually buy houses or can help them sell the house, then they'll come to you with their properties. Same thing if you've got tenants, you've got a property that you need to rent out and you get tenants coming to you. Same thing if you've got a service accommodation that you want to rent out and you've got bookings coming to you rather than you having to rely on these OTAs. If you've got all of these people coming to you, it makes your life a lot easier. And one of the ways that you can do that is by having a system in place that actually consistently brings you those types of people. And so what I'm doing in this big event that I've got coming up, which is again totally free, is I'm going to reveal the steps that I've been showing people over the last 6 months of how they can do it. Once you go to getleadswithvideoads.com/register, I've put some reviews of people on there as well, because I know that on the internet people are saying all these things and making all these fanciful claims, and you think, okay, is that strictly true? Does it actually work? Well, people that I've actually taken through this process on a one-to-one basis, they've given me their feedback. You can see it on the page, and you can go there and check it out. So if you're enjoying the content of this show, things that I've spoke about today, then please do give me a thumbs up, because it does help me to know to make more videos like this. If I'm telling you some new information you haven't heard for the first time or giving you perspective, then give me a wow or a heart emoji as well. And if you know anybody that might find this content useful, then please do let them know about it. Now, with that being said, let's take you into the third and sort of final thing, which is the lack of focus. All these shiny pennies that come up. So what happens is the path to success is never a straight or linear line. It's always like, all over the place. It's a bumpy road, basically. And so when you go down this path, when you embark on this voyage, you're going to come up against obstacles, some more challenging than the others. And after a while, things seem to be quite hard. If you think about it, this is why there's so many different diets out there, right? The Plato diet, keto diet, Jenny Craig, Weight Watchers, whatever, all these different kinds of diets out there, and people are trying it, like, this isn't right for me, this isn't right for me, or this isn't working for me, or whatever. And all of these companies know that people will actually try it for a period of time, get disheartened, and then they'll want to try something else, and the new shiny object comes up. So you might be thinking, okay, I'm going to do lease options, or I'm going to do rent to rent, or I'm going to do whatever the strategy is that you're going to do, and then something else comes along, pops up, and you think, oh, well, that's the new shiny penny, that seems interesting, I'm seeing people with success, I'm going to hop over and do that because maybe it's easier than doing the thing that I'm doing at the moment, or I'm more likely to get success for that. So that's the thing, it's the lack of focus. Typically, if you're learning a new strategy, I would argue that you need to stay on that strategy for about 12 to 18 months because that's usually the tipping point where you learn everything and you'll start to see the benefits start to pay off for you. So hopefully you've enjoyed this videos that I've given you today so far. And who's that? Annie's going to watch later. Thank you so much for that. That's fantastic. But for everyone else, thank you for joining me today, and I will see you in the next video.